Author and columnist Mark Steyn joins us tonight. Mark, thanks a lot for coming on. Whatever you think of Julian Assange or the material that he published, is it a little strange to see journalists who laud the New York Times and the Washington Post for publishing stolen classified documents during Vietnam applaud his imprisonment?
Absolutely, Tucker. I mean, I agree 100% with what you just said, but I hadn't seen that Jim Sciutto CNN clip, and I'm shocked at the idea that because he thinks somehow Julian Assange knows something about the Trump campaign in 2016, that gives the US government the right to demand that London extradite an Australian to Washington to go to jail. I mean, even if you take everything that Jim Sciutto said as true, there is absolutely no basis for what the government is proposing to do to Assange, except that he made everyone in Washington look like chumps.
Is it a little odd to have a former Democratic official, worked in the Obama administration, now on CNN with the microphone, telling us that we're immoral if we don't believe the pronouncements of the permanent bureaucracy here in Washington? Does it seem like an inside game a little bit?
Yeah, I think so. I think this is all an inside game. It's the duty, basically, it's the duty of the government to keep its secrets. And if the most lavishly funded, quote-unquote, intelligence community on the planet can't keep its secrets, the idea that it has the right to go to war against the people who publish those secrets is something that, as you said, 20, 30, 40 years ago, the press would be up in arms about. Now, to see the American media serving as lickspittles of the deep state is a deeply bizarre transformation. This is basically the stuff that Julian Assange published. This indictment is extremely weak. The idea that he somehow goaded and encouraged Manning to steal this stuff. The line he used was, Manning tells Assange, "That's all I've got left to give to you," and Assange says, "Curious eyes never run dry in my experience." The idea that a corrupt federal criminal justice system could extradite and convict a man on the basis of those words ought to disturb every American. Actually, anyone who believes in liberty.
Well, that's right. Well, spend 10 minutes reading about Chelsea Manning, then Bradley Manning, and ask yourself, would any competent, sane person give that individual access to classified information, put that person in proximity of classified information? No one was ever held accountable for the recklessness of allowing Chelsea Manning to steal that information. And I have to say, is it weird to see Republican office holders continue with the ludicrous lie that Russia is somehow the gravest threat America faces on the world stage? That's insane.
No, Assange is some goofy Australian internet lefty. He's got nothing to do with Putin. But your point is actually the critical one here. If this was if this was an intelligent intelligence community, Bradley Manning, Chelsea Manning wouldn't have been able to walk out with all that stuff. Just download it and take it out. There are 4 million people with top secret intelligence clearances in this country. That's a population the size of New Zealand. If you give top secret clearances to 4 million people, you're not that intelligent an intelligence community in the first place.
No. I don't know why I'm laughing.
No,
it's so grim.
It's tragic,
so grim
Tucker.
And true. But no one is ever held accountable for their incompetence or the recklessness with which they manage our country. And so they haul this guy off to jail, and we're all supposed to feel safe. But I don't feel safe.
No, and you shouldn't feel safe. And just I listened to Blumenthal or Ben Sass saying this guy should be going to jail forever. Americans, flip it the other way around. Americans would be up in arms if the government of Australia were demanding that London extradite a US citizen to Australia for publishing Australian intelligence secrets. You look at it the other way around, Americans would rightly see this as a gross infringement on the freedom of American citizens.
That's exactly right.
I hope this English judge who's asked the Americans to put up the proofs by June, I hope when he sees what they put up in June that the English judge tosses this thing right out.
Yeah, I don't think we want Assange in Washington because once he starts talking in open court, a lot of people are going to regret that he did that, I think. Mark Steyn, great to see you. And we're going to see you just a minute from now on final exam as a contestant. Good luck.
Yeah, I've been rehearsing. I'm pumped. I'm ready to go.
Good. Thank you.